if you're spending 4K, you better do some research. That's easy for us to say because we're hardware enthusiasts. So I had a consult the other week with a guy with a laptop. He bought an ROG Zephyr laptop, right? And it had a 285H in it with an RTX 5080 mobile. And obviously he's like, I'm getting 40 FPS in COD, right? I'm like, okay, right? Now, never buy Asus laptops. Never. Actually, I should say you should only buy MSI laptops, because MSI, if you ever do buy a laptop, because MSI laptops, they have this like key combination that you can punch in, like Control Alt Shift something, that lets you into the advanced mode of the BIOS, where you can actually change load line calibrations, gear ratios on memory, timings, etc. No other brand lets you do that. Only MSI laptops. No other brand lets you. So when I remoted into the guy's PC, or his laptop, sorry. First of all, the Asus laptop was running 6200 megahertz RAM. I believe, yeah, 6200, and it was in Gear 4. I'm like, okay, well, easy fix, change it to Gear 2, no problem. There was no way to change it to Gear 2. So here's why. The other thing is, he thought he was this next part is Intel's fault. He thought he was buying a high-end laptop because he had a choice. The choices were 275HX or 285H. He's a COD bro. He thought the bigger number was better, so he went for this one, which he didn't. So first, he didn't know that the X meant that it was tunable. Second, he thought the bigger number was better. So when you actually go to the part numbers of these two products, the 285H, which is this one, has 6 P cores and 8 E cores. If you go 275HX, 8 P cores, 16 E cores, and it's tunable. So he thought he bought a CPU that was half as fast because he thought the 8 was better than a 7, which is common sense. Once again, nobody would have known this. Exactly. You have to work with customers I wouldn't have even known that, dude. You have to work with customers on the ground. So how do you think that guy felt? He paid me $500 for that consult, by the way. I'm like, bro, you bought the wrong CPU. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, you bought the 285H, not the 275. He's like, what are you talking about? The 8 is better than the 7. I'm like, apparently not. And it's untunable, so I can't even change it to Gear 2 for you. Yeah. How much damage did Asus and Intel do to that guy by not clarifying the product and part numbers properly? You can't help but feel sorry for the guy, man. He just wasted he bought a 5080 Zephyr laptop, and they put some shitty 285H CPU in there. A large tech tuber would never feel the pain of somebody that blows $4,000 on a Zephyr laptop to get a locked 285H 6-core CPU. It's insanity, dude. So this was topic number 3, kind of to bring awareness to this a little bit. But the reason why I brought that up was because, again, I am all for a black box from Microsoft or a black box laptop from Microsoft, so that people like this, the guy just wants to play Call of Duty at above 60 FPS. If Microsoft had a black box laptop, he could have just gotten that instead of knowing what the X means, what the HX means, that the smaller number is actually twice as fast as the bigger number. Like, no regular human is gonna ever encounter that. I'm on the ground every single day helping people. That's the only way you can stay humble in the tech space. No matter how rich you get, no matter how successful you get, you need to feel somebody else's pain when they buy the wrong hardware. You need to feel they worked for like 3 weeks or a month to buy that laptop and they got scammed out of it. You need to feel that as in order to stay in touch with your audience and not just see them as like bots and numbers. You need to feel that shit. It's real, dude. It's real. You feel bad for them. If you're spending 4K, you better do some research. That's easy for us to say because we're hardware enthusiasts. If you were single mom Janet, you wouldn't even know what to Google. You would Google Zephyr laptop and you would see like Chat GPT saying it's an awesome laptop. You wouldn't even know what the specs were. You wouldn't know to go to an Intel product sheet. You would would my mom be able to research the laptop? Not a chance. Not a chance. You know what I'm saying? That being said, I personally own an MSI laptop for that reason. And I will only ever they have one feature. They let you tweak. That's it. That's the bar. It's like MSI lets you tweak the BIOS. Every other laptop manufacturer doesn't. It's as simple as that. I'm not being paid to say that. That is reality. That's just a fact. So if you do want to get a laptop, it has to be an MSI one. I have a locked laptop too. Mine's a 12700H. They still let you go in the BIOS and tweak shit. Like load lines and stuff. Yeah. You have to get an MSI laptop. I hope you enjoyed this clip from my brand new podcast, the Techonomics Podcast. Link to the full episode is in the description below. Head on over there and subscribe and join us as we talk about all things gaming, hardware, and technology. And if you want to participate in the podcast, going forward is going to be every Thursday, 12 p.m. PST. See you guys over there.